Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Makakodash, the honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do rule well and teach his truth with all honesty and sincerity. Salutations to your brothers around the four corners of the earth pushing his truth with all honesty and sincerity to wake up the hopeful elect of Israel. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered among the heathen, but you are in fact, holding near and dear this truth. And follow the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your abilities. Shalom to the few sincere Agwatim that listen and learn in silence, playing your creation role. Not being, as the vile Edomite that we see on the screen. This is a story in Indiana. A teacher accused of asking 3 underage students to GB her while wearing screen masks. And I mean, this is typical Edomite woman behavior. You you'll be surprised at the things that they do, their fetishes and their fantasies. It's really vile, man, and you will never, look at them the same. I mean, it's not even just them because, our women have, modeled themselves after them.
In Morgan County are now coming forward, and they're accusing a former teacher of sexual misconduct with a minor. Ashton Hackman is in Morgan County to explain why the prosecutors are now looking to bring even more charges against this woman.
31-year-old Brittany Fortinberry has been held here at the Morgan County Jail since her arrest last month on charges of sexual misconduct with a minor. Since then, 5 new victims have come forward with additional allegations.
Prosecutors have asked to file up to 24 additional criminal charges against her, including 10 counts of child molesting, sexual misconduct with a minor, and 13 other charges for disseminating material harmful to minors and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Court documents say all of the teams reported Fortenberry would send them nude and explicit photos and videos on Snapchat and force them to have group sex at her Martinsville home.
New tonight, more teenage students in Morgan County are now coming forward, and they're accusing a former teacher of sexual misconduct with a minor. Ashton,
a child victim advocate says it's important for parents to feel comfortable having difficult conversations with their children.
And what we just encourage is that parents kind of ask that open-ended question, and they give their children a chance to speak, and then they praise their courage at that time rather than asking them questions about what they did or why they didn't tell. The last thing that we want is a child to feel blame or shame as a result of making a disclosure.
We reached out to the Morgan County Prosecutor's Office to see when these formal charges will be filed. We have not yet heard back. In Morgan County, Ashton Hackman, 13 News.
A child victim advocate says it's important for parents to feel comfortable.
You see, first of all, the parents should be teaching their children right from wrong, because learning right from wrong starts in the home. That's where it starts at, man. If you don't have a strong home front, foundation, raising your children right from wrong and correcting them when they do wrong, hey, you have these things that we see, man. You have these things that we seeing, man. The children don't really care. They have no fear because the leader, which is the father, is really out of most homes. Or if he is present, he's silent. And a woman is running the home through her emotions. And this is how things happen because there is no guidance. Most people now just from watching and observing. They're fine as long as their children aren't bothering them. They don't check things. They don't go into their phones to see, and that's a gateway. That phone and this technology is a gateway for other things to be happening underneath the parents' noses. In the old school, shit, you might come home from school in your room tossed and flipped like you in jail or something. Just checking, making sure you ain't got nothing you ain't supposed to have. But you see all this giving children liberty and women liberty at that as well to do mischief. Um, let's go to Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. You see, and hey, at least these might be raised like this from childhood, man. They're just vile people. Scriptures tell us that, and they grow up seeing vile things, and so it doesn't seem abnormal to them or weird. They are the vessels unto dishonor. So you can imagine the dishonorable things that they do, especially when they think no one sees, or they think it will never come out. And as well for these children, because you raise them to eschew evil, to what's right and wrong, and that'll stay in the back of their mind. Hey, and hey, Lord's will. Let's go to the book of Job, chapter 30, and verse 1. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision. He's talking about the Edomites, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. Why? Because they were committing bestiality, man. That's why they were chased out of the land, and some of them fled to the Caucasus Mountains. They were chased out. Yeah, where too might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished. For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former time desolate and waste, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper root for their meat. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief. you know, to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in caves of the earth, and in the rocks. Among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. That means very low. They were viler than the earth. That means they were disgusting, man. They were filthy and nasty, man. Doing all type of abominations, man. And nothing's changed. They just put on some clothes, shampoo their hair because they don't wash the fuck up, and you know, play the part. But inwardly, they're vile, man. Now you have some that are actual Jake, you know. We've been scattered through all the nations of the earth. So you're gonna have some Jake that look like Edom, but you know how to tell the difference with the spirit that which is in them. So nothing's changed since Job's time, you know. They're still vile vessels. Let's go to the book of Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 25, and I'll come and jump around. This is Sirach 25 and 13. Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, talking about your mind, being out your mind, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman, and any affliction but the affliction from them that hate me, and any revenge but the revenge of enemies. Verse 17. The wickedness of a woman changes her face and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth. You know, you see that mug shot, man. Ate up without that makeup on, man. Even with the makeup on, you can still see the demons on this lady, man. You see, and that's another trick that they pull, putting makeup on so they don't look how they really look, man. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly. Now, I don't know if this woman was married or not, but if she was dealing with a man, and he was in his right mind, which I don't think, but he would be salty, man. He would be embarrassed, you know. But this is typical for Edomites, man. They do all kind of things. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. Let me see. Verse 21, stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure. Because you don't know what spirit this woman has on her. These women are nigh unto wickedness, man. The oftentimes the more beautiful she is, the more evil her interior is, the more wicked that her mind is, man. This is verse 25. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. And that's what Esau Edom has done, man. See, in the ancient times, women wasn't free to just be out and roaming around and in society causing mischief. But what happened? Esau gave them liberty to gad abroad. And that means all women, the virtuous and the few that there are, and the mass majority of these wicked women, man. They're in these schools with your children, and mothers, women have been, uh, more the nurturing type, which people feel more safe when they have women um, tending to their children. But in this society, you don't know what type of wickedness these women are have going on in their mind, and it comes out. You see, there is no, how should I say, there is no fear of harsh judgment in this place, especially for women. Now, if you do the right thing, you can just bet your bottom dollar that you will be punished, if you do something morally right. But when you do morally wrong, you get a slap on the wrist. They probably put her in some type of political office, or, move her and have her carrying out their agenda elsewhere. Same as they do with the priests and these cardinals and these, cops and all, they just shift them around. She might be invited to a party, a upper echelon party. They may pardon her, but this place is wicked. So I guarantee you, if it didn't get blown up like this, she probably wouldn't even be in jail, man. Being honest, like they go lightly on women, and this is sick, man. You're supposed to be teaching children about education, but what do? You prey on horny little boys, and that's where parents are necessary. Actually, both are necessary for that balance, to know, you know, what's wrong and what's right. You know, let's go to the 26th chapter, and verse 8: a drunken woman and a gatherer abroad caused a great anger, and she would not cover her own shame. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. And if you look at that one picture, with her makeup on, that's exactly what you see: haughtiness. Whole time, this is the type of things that she's doing. Verse 10: if thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. Hey, and that's exactly what we have in this society. Women have too much liberty to get into mischief. You see? Watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee. Because the woman's nature is rebellion, man. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he hath found a fountain, and drink of every water near her. By every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow. So she's gonna be a hoe, man. This woman is asking for underage kids to gangbanger, man. That's just sick in itself. Immoral lust. No damn man's ride supposed to be out at the same time, man. It's just wickedness, man. But you can find a woman at the pinnacle. This is what she's requesting. You people gonna get enough of thinking every woman is just an innocent, and just you're gonna be food, and it ruins a lot, man. It brings a lot of people to ruin and shame. By every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow. Now, a quiver is this little satchel that you stick your arrows in to hold them. So it's referring to sex, man. She's going to open her quiver to every arrow. You see? Verse 24: a dishonest woman contemneth shame, but an honest woman will reverence her husband. Like, this woman brought all shame to her and to anybody connected to her. Why? Because she has the liberty to be out and abroad, and has access to young, vulnerable, horny boys, man. Do they even do psych evaluations anymore? Or they just let anybody off the street deal with children? Let's go to the 42nd chapter. Um, Verse 11. Keep sure watch over a shameless daughter, lest she make thee a laughingstock to thine enemies, and a byword in the city, and a reproach among the people, and make thee ashamed before the multitude. Her family is probably, embarrassed as hell. Not because maybe what she did, but because she got caught. This is probably something that she's been exposed to in her childhood, man. You you be surprised, man, how these Edomites get down. Behold, not everybody's beauty sit not in the midst of women, for from garments cometh a moth, and from women wickedness. You see, it's just something to be aware of, man. There are way more wicked women than there are virtuous. And Esau is running this society knowing that. So this chaos and these things that are happening, he knows what he's doing, man. Because if not, this society would be run how the scriptures say you run a society. But it's not. It's in total opposition on what the scriptures say. And the scripture also say, so is the ruler, as is the people, so is the ruler. So this wickedness is come from top the elites, man. Because if not, then there will be measures taken to ensure things like this don't happen. But we seeing it happen more and more and more, rapidly increasing. This type of thing happens. Better is the churlishness of a man than a courteous woman. Churlishness is a man being rude than a courteous woman. This is her being courteous, letting them hit. A woman, I say, which bringeth shame and reproach. You see? Um, let's go to book of Malachi. Um, I'll start at verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, said the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Said the Lord. Yet I loved Jacob and hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. So the Lord is angry with you people righteously forever, man. You're the border of wickedness. Wherever you are, wickedness is multiplied. Wickedness is increased. You know. So the book of Isaiah, chapter 19, and verse 14, the Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. And there is a very perverse spirit, you know, and this is the modern day Egypt, America. It's aired to the T. It's wrong and on all levels. This is a backwards society, you know. But it's gonna be dealt with. It's gonna be destroyed, man. And all you people that love it here, you're probably gonna be destroyed here with it, right along with this place. You know, not enough people speak out against these abominations that go on, man. And mainly because a lot of people are involved in these type of things, so they keep quiet. This is Isaiah 47 and verse 5. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldees. And America, you know, they heavy on the witchcraft, just as the Chaldeans was. For thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. You know, it's looked at as, you know, the place that hasn't been invaded, you know, and you know, that golden city, man. I was wroth with my people, I have polluted mine inheritance, and given them into thine hand, thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that said in thine heart, I am, and none else besides me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. You see? For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it had perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. You know, so this place is going to be destroyed, man. Hey, and this is you know, Esau being uncovered, man. He's being uncovered. Going back to Isaiah 47 and 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Talking about America. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover thy locks. Make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh. Pass over the river. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. You see? And this is Esau's shame being seen, being shown, man. All the things that they have been doing, you know, in secret, is coming to light, man. Because this is the Lord's will, you know. And you know, the Lord is gonna destroy these Edomites, man. Let's go to the book of Ephesians. Again, for you parents, this is very important. This is Ephesians chapter 6. And I started from the top. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor thy father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise, that it may be well with thee, and thou mayest live long on the earth. And fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord. You see? And that will deter a lot of things from your children getting involved in a lot of things, man. They'll be able to recognize, danger and, potential threats and what's not right in the eyes of the Lord. But, Esau has made this society so hypersexualized that everything has to do with sex, man. Everything is promoted in the form of sexuality. Hope this has been an edifying lesson. I'm going to say Kwame Yasharala, Shalom, and a Barber Ball.